Okay, welcome back to an episode of Sounds of Her Love. It's been quite a while since I got back into this. I've been busy with work and friends and whatnot. Of course, you've seen me doing a lot of videos of Equal for Friends, as I'm telling the Salem. And now let's get back into Sounds of Love. I'm gonna release like 4 videos today, probably. So yeah, let's get back into this. Last time we left off, we were going with Ceri to her house. So let's do that. Because, yeah. Let's begin. The cool late evening air brushes my bemused face. Ceri and I idle outside her house, rather plain and generic building. Thoughts of her living in an elaborate mansion dissipate from my mind. The building is nothing short of a nice house. I just expected that it would be fancier.
Should we go inside?
Ceri calls out to me from my side, giving the signal that she is ready to go in. She's composed, a contrast with her prior shyness, though the bloom of her red energy is still all too apparent. But the thing that will always suit her. Certainly. Our shoes meet the ground in unison, her taking a step forward into a place she's accustomed to. Me, however, walking into a new experience, something cherishable. I've been to people's houses plenty of times, just not any girls. Sitting before their door, thought flutters into my head whilst fingers wrap around its silver handle. Coming here, I'm bound to meet her family, aren't I? Did she even tell them that she had planned on inviting me over? If so, I would have done a lot more to make myself look more presentable. Impressionable, my bad. Pressing the handle lightly, Ceri twists the key delicately and pulls it down. The warmth from the inside soon meets us, as bit by bit the door opens. Ceri takes the first step through, escorting me in.
Well, we're here.
Ceri smiles as one of the many treats I've been given today. She plays with her hair, eyes directed towards me, anticipating a response. Now that we're under a brighter light, I can see her face much more clearly. I still can't get enough of it. Despite being lost for words, one thing does make it out of my mouth. You look pretty cute. Ceri's instantly taken aback, looking as if she's trying as hard as she can to muster up a response. Thank you, I made her myself. God damn it! Got the dad! A suited man appears up with the blue, startling me slightly. It's natural, of course, him appearing, that is. Getting caught off guard like that isn't a virtue. This must be Ceri's father. The man himself, a foreigner like Ceri, uses a thick accent that differs from hers. They're Welsh, but Ceri seems to be a lot more understandable. At least when she does speak. Majority of the time, her sentences are broken into pieces as she stumbles around her words. Ignorance, but a fairly cute one at that. Her father's voice, however, is grittier and gravelly. It's not as stereotypical as the accent is portrayed as by far, but hearing him speak Japanese would probably mortify me. Luckily enough, we're all used to speaking English. You must be the friend Ceri has told me about. She was really keen on having you over. Ceri blushes at her father's statement. It's not like Ceri to bring me here on a whim, so I wasn't wrong in guessing that she had planned this evening in advance. Yes, it is nice to meet you, Mr. Airwood. My pleasure. I'm glad you're getting along so well with my daughter. It's understandable that he is. After what Carrie has told me, she has never made any friends during her stay at our school. Being a parent and seeing that would leave anyone concerned. Well, the opposite is true as well. Knowing your daughter's first true friend is a guy, probably left him having a couple of questions. Even though he seems fairly friendly, I wouldn't blame him if he had any suspicions. One thing that is quite odd is the absence of Carrie's mother. Not that she couldn't be in work. It's just odd that Carrie hadn't brought her up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. She have never talked about much her father either. It's a nice thing to meet her family. In a way, I'm hearing more about Carrie yourself than anything. Your experience isn't no close to her. Guess her family's all she has when outside school. At least until I came along. Hmm. Okay. Experience isn't those close to her, I guess. Oh, yeah. I still feel inclined about asking where her mother is. It's weird, but my mind can't help but ruminate over her. Carrie herself must have an attractive mother to turn out the way she is. Though I wouldn't tell her that. I'm not an expert in the genetics either. Well, I can't help it. She's a truly, really interesting person. A nice one, too. Carrie reddens at my statement. At this point, anything I could say about her would make her blush. Not only because of her timidness, there's nothing negative to say either. I'm glad you think so. Go ahead and set the table. Make yourself feel at home. Well, don't make it your home. I expect you to pay rent otherwise. This joke is lost on me, but I still draw a smile on my face as to act polite and feign a response. Carrie herself seems pretty amused by the joke, covering her mouth to seal her faint but girlish giggles. I guess dad jokes are only effective when they are actually coming from your father. Mine acts like one big joke himself half the time. Mr. Airwood leaves the pair of us standing by the doorway, giving me the moment to converse with Carrie in private. I wanted to ask about her mother, though whether I should is a questionable act in itself. Okay. You know what? Text a friend. Text a friend time. Why do I get things from Snapchat? I don't know. I'm gonna text a friend. So. Oh. What's going on here? The thing is, I do want to ask about her mother, but at the same time, it seems like, too early. I mean, maybe she is at work, but maybe it's also because she's dead. But, yeah. Texting someone? I'm yelling at which one? If he doesn't text, I'm missing him. You know, I'm impatient. Let's just do it. I'll ask. It's something I like to know. Leaving it unanswered would just make it more inquisitive as the night goes on. Might not be polite, but it's a surefire way to get an answer. Ceri, where's your mother? Is she still at work? Ceri stalls her answer, looking at me disdainfully before turning her head aside. A sharp contrast with what I'm normally used to. The elephant in the room is making itself increasingly apparent, but I don't think addressing it did any help.
I don't want to talk about her.
We should have not asked about it!
Come on, let's go in for dinner.
Ceri bitterly avoids the topic, walking into the room ahead. Bringing up her mother had definitely upset Ceri. I'd be an idiot if I didn't notice that. The gritty harshness between Ceri's typical sheepish personality and the rough defensive Ceri I just saw. Nothing can clear the thought from my mind. God damn it. Chris, did you check me? No, he hasn't, so I'm just gonna go. How would I have known? Certainly what I did was wrong, but standing here dawning on it won't do me any better. All I can do is hope that Ceri would have forgiven me while I stepped forward into the dining room to join the Airwoods in their evening meal. My mother's probably, The dining room is spacious. The walls plastered with Western decor and sports memorabilia. The table, mahogany, makes itself distinct as light reflects off its polished finish. It looks expensive, topped with various plates and cutlery, more than ready to present whatever is on the menu today. Here's our head never told us what it is we were having.
We like to keep touch with our heritage. Outside, we try our best to adapt, though.
Ceri must have caught me gazing around the room. Several of the sports teams line the walls, possibly rugby by the looks of it. I'm sure it's a national sport. She must have had a hard time adapting to a new country, though I'm not sure how long she's been here. With Alfred for asking, now some savor the moment with her. I can understand, connecting with your heritage is an important thing. The reason I go to our school is to do just that. My mother made me. Come to think of it, I've never told Ceri about me being half English.
Your heritage? You're only half Japanese, aren't you?
I don't look like the typical Japanese male by any sense, so it was only reasonable that she would conclude that. I'm half English, though I've never actually been there. Born and raised in Japan.
Interesting. Your English is pretty good.
My father made me learn it every day. Even though he's Japanese, I'm sure he thinks he's English though. Yeah. Okay. He reads and publishes books in English. He even married an English woman. I'm sure he would have moved there if his company needed someone to act as a foreign representative. Thanks. Oh, giggle. That's cute. Harry giggles with my awkward response. The two of us sitting down at the table together. An act I'd never expected to be doing with her not even a week ago. Things have gone by so fast, it's unreal.
You know, I enjoy spending time with you. I didn't have anyone to speak to like this before. This week has been fun. Thank you.
Ceri unexpectedly gives me her gratitude, stifling me slightly as her words cause my face to go red. At least, I'll assume it is. Can't really tell. Inside I'm blushing now. Blush caused by Ceri, and it's usually me who makes her blush. Still, her boldness isn't lost on me. In a social sense, at least. Carrie's trying her hardest tonight to make me feel welcomed. She's probably savoring the moment herself. I'll take the initiative and thank her. My pleasure. I've enjoyed it. Carrie herself blushes, though I feel as if it's more as an appreciative one rather than one of embarrassment or shyness. One of more importance to it. Mr. Edward, Carrie's father, walks back into the room carrying a plate in each hand, both of them topped with the same meal. Beef, diced potatoes, and a selection of vegetables, all topped with gravy, even though neither of us asked for any. After a long but undoubtedly enjoyable day out of Carrie, I found myself craving a nice meal. Maybe it's just a smell, but it's certainly something I can appreciate. This entire day has led me to find myself closer to Carrie. If we're closer to me, she wouldn't have thanked me for being her friend otherwise. Nobody else has done that, though I've never had many friends myself, though, either. Moving schools was usually worse in my situation, though I found myself being Carrie from doing so. There are no complaints. The three of us begin on our meals, quieting down the focus on our own plates. Taste matches smell. The rich beef complements the soft potatoes as the two immaculate on my taste buds. So I bet you're wondering how a Welsh family came to Japan then. I wasn't, but avoiding this table talk won't make me look good to Carrie's father. I hear the getting work permit is pretty hard, so getting permanent residence must have been quite a feat. Okay. Oh, trust me, it was. I was really supposed to be here for a few years as an engineer, though I just found myself liking the place, so I decided to stay. It seems like it's a well-paying job. If you can afford to migrate here and carry to our school, he seems like a pretty nice guy, to be quite honest. Hopefully, he thinks of the same of me, to an extent anyway. Being a guy his daughter had just dragged home, I wouldn't want him to dislike me. More so since his daughter's Carrie. Making a bad impression isn't an option. Just as I am about to finish my meal, the sound of ringing chimes through the walls from another room. Phone call. Excuse me, let me just take this. Mr. Edward rises from his seat, leaving me and Carrie out alone to ourselves once again. It would be a rude thing to say that I am glad he's gone, but it's only because I get to spend extra time with Carrie. Alone, that is. Carrie remained silent next to me, much to my displeasure. I thought it would easily come up with a topic to talk about. Right now, Carrie seems disinterested in my presence. I tried to coach her face. Despite its beauty, if I could call it that, the fact that her expression had shifted from once happy and content one to one of desolation is making me concerned. Because of Carrie's dejections soon apparent. Through the walls flows the sound of Carrie's father, a sound of anger. I try to make out some of the words. Why is it my fault? You're the one that decided to ruin everything. We have a daughter, you know. Have you taken her thoughts into consideration? My own mood plummets, taking on one word after another. This is the reason that Carrie's mother isn't here. The relationship between her parents has been crumbling before her. By the sounds of it, I really don't want to get myself caught up in this. I'm irresponsible? Since the one who decides to get themselves shit-faced and pounded by their ex. The evening should not have gone in this direction. Carrie's father's probably kicking himself now that the dinner has been disrupted. It's not very impressionable to argue with your wife in front of guests. I wouldn't blame him for getting carried away. I feel a tug on my arm as he carries slender fingers grasping around my sleeves as he gently pulls on it, still carrying that same sad expression, the one that hurts me. I don't want to see her like this. However, what's going on between her parents concerns me. I don't want Ceri to experience the sadness behind that face of hers. Listening from it really hurt. It's not my business, but my heart is on fire. I'm going with Ceri. I didn't ask about my mother. I might as well try to comfort her. Ceri continues to pull on her sleeve, conveying her signal to me, full of sadness and sorrow. She must want to speak with me about something. I rest my hand upon hers, and I give her a nod, after which she stands with me and prepares us to leave the dining room for the lounge. Coming to a standstill, Ceri turns towards me and we both remain still in the center of the room. Nothing but a small lamp illuminates the space around us, giving Ceri's sad, melancholic face an orange tint as she looks towards me.
Please, forget about what you heard tonight. I didn't want to get you involved in all this.
Ceri still looks towards me with those woeful feelings deep within her eyes. Seeing her like this is really upsetting. What we've gone through over the past several days mean a lot to me. I'll do anything I can to make her happy, even if I can't resolve the issue. Ceri, I don't want to see you like this. Please, if there's anything I can do for you.
Please, just stop!
Ceri's voice is sharp, as if it's tainted with anger.
It's complicated. I didn't mean to get angry. It's just her.
Ceri resents her mother. This woman must have caused her so much stress. This process is pain for everyone, but seeing someone go through this is something I can't stand. I want to be there for her. Ceri, you're an important friend to me.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay. I'll tell you. You're an important friend to me, too. Follow me.
Ceri leads me out of the lounge, giving me a clue. Without giving a clue as to where she is taking me. Clearly, she wants to know more. She wants me to know more. She wants me to be there for her. Knowing that my words reached her, it makes me more than happy. Ceri, a person I have grown to enjoy the company of, is leading me higher towards the upper floor of her house. Our relationship has blossomed unexpectedly, flowering a friendship both of us cherish without nothing but pure passion. I can only assume she's leading me to her bedroom. An action which would be typically suitable for the situation is to me get flustered, overcomplicating things by assuming the most raunchy and far-off situation. She wants to talk, though. That I can tell from what we were subject to downstairs. It's obvious that she wants to address it. Ceri leads from in front, forcing me to divert my head in an act of politeness as not to look up her skirt. She can't see me anyway, so she wouldn't know if I did. Nah, now is not the time for that, though.
This way.
Her voice is firm, as if she's found something inside her that is pushing her forward, giving her the courage to speak. Inside, though, she must be nervous. The entire situation between her father and her mother wouldn't be something she could easily talk about. I trace Ceri's footsteps with my own as we walk down the hallway towards her room. Her body is rigid, filled with a composure of sorts. I can't imagine how long she must have waited for this moment, to be able to tell someone outside of her family circle what her life has been like. And that's the relationship between her parents, her absence from school, and experience pure loneliness. All that must have accumulated into the emotion of anger and misery, one of sadness. In a way, I'm glad I found her, though I can't help be the one to solve her problems. I want to help her. We walk in the room, painted in beige. Ceri goes forward and starts to undo her braids, slowly letting her silky hair fall down straight. A way I've never seen it. Something different. I prefer her with the braids. Maybe this is because it's how I'm used to seeing her. She still looks beautiful in a way. Her wrestler's glasses on her nightstand, the legacy on her bed. The pink love heart embellished bedding give off a girlish vibe. It still feels as if they suit her. She herself holds a downcast expression, the smooth skin of her hands clutching her knees tightly. It'd be a cute pose if she hadn't been plagued by the sorrows of her past, no matter how recent they may be. Would you stop? Stop! Although saying that would be a thin gap between her thighs is visible, leaving her underwear within view. I tried to avoid it earlier, but as Ceri starts talking, it would be rude of me to look away from her.
Thank you.
For what? It seems out of place for me to ask. Ceri must have a lot on her mind must want to say, though I'm confused by her gratitude. She thanks me a lot, too often maybe, but this time there is surely more of an important meaning behind it.
For offering to help. It really made me happy.
Isn't that what a friend should do?
Friends. That's right. You're important to me.
Here goes on, letting her emotions flow out from within.
When we first met, I was nervous. It wasn't even that long ago. Do you know why? Why I held myself back?
No, but you surely can see that you've improved. You can talk to me fairly easily now.
It's still there. On the inside. The lack of self-confidence. Even with strangers. People who don't even know me. Always get that impression.
Ceri still acts if she hasn't improved. I wouldn't know from what she's feeling on the inside, so I can't be the one to judge. Maybe it's just me she's gotten better with, which would be a reasonable assumption. I'm the only person that she converses with that isn't within her family. A group of people which is probably limited to just her father. It must have been
It never
painful.
used to be like this. Though I was always a quiet person. In the past, I never really had a good social life. There was this one girl who never really liked me. Thinking about it now still makes me feel sick and angry. It was 2 years ago.
I want to ask her why she didn't speak up for herself, though actually asking it would rather be spiteful. A lonely girl trying to study her exams, it would have been quite a stressful time. Knowing the education system, they wouldn't have done much for her, or didn't. I don't know if she had spoken to any teachers.
The year after, I was pulled out of school by my father. He knew something was wrong. So I spent the year at home. I told you I was ill, didn't I?
So that was a lie?
It was. Sorry.
Accepting her apology would be wrong. She had plenty of good reason to do so.
After it all, I felt nervous. I couldn't socialize. I feared a reaction. If I went through that again, I wouldn't know what to do. Then I came back and met you.
So it wasn't easy for Ceri to open up to me. It almost seems as if I forced her to, with how quick it has all gone. From a different perspective, I wouldn't be standing here now if she didn't want to get along. Nobody would outright refuse any interaction. It was just hard for her, for an understandable reason. This makes me feel happy that she had found what she had been looking for.
That girl had gone, so I went back. But I was still scarred with loneliness. Everyone knew me from before, and stayed away. But you were there, and you gave me an opportunity. That's why I want to thank you for becoming my friend. You mean a lot to me.
Carrie stands from her bed, finishing by giving her warm-hearted regards. It's the things which she has always done during the time we've known each other. She's usually quite polite. There's, however, something much more than all that. Something special, both to her and to me. Thank you. I'm glad I could be there for you. You're an important friend to me, too. I told you before, didn't I? Carrie nods and smiles, hoping the melancholy expression clean from her face. It's a wonderful sight. To know that our friendship means this much to her, and really makes me happy.
Thanks.
The pair of us stand together in the center of Carrie's bedroom, basking in the presence of the other. Around us, silence, sparing the slight sounds of traffic from outside. It's a lovely atmosphere, something which makes me feel warm inside. I don't know what her father is doing. He must have realized we have gone. Luckily enough, we weren't in my house, or my father would be in here the moment we left his site.
So, I guess you got to see my bedroom.
I guess I did.
I want to see yours. Though it's probably a bit messy.
Out of nowhere, Carrie gives me a jab as she stands before me with a complacent grin. She's right, though. My room is a tip. If I ever did have the urge to bring Carrie anywhere near my family, particularly my father, then cleaning the room would be somewhere on the list of priorities. Well, what can I say? You should take pride in your tidiness. Carrie giggles at my statement, an act of familiarity, which I'm glad we could achieve. Moments ago, Carrie was recalling thoughts from a time filled with a wealth of dictionary words. Sadness, depression, loneliness. These sorts of words come to mind. Hopefully we can change the experience of the past, so in the future she doesn't have to look back on painful memories. If you didn't have that bookshelf, I'd dread to see what your room would look like.
I take pride in my books. Thank you. Though, you're right. I like to look after them, but reading them comes first.
There's quite a lot of books there, though. Surely she hasn't read them all. Actually, I take that back. She probably has. That vacant smile as she stares towards the bookcase proves it. In all fairness, she's probably not the only one with a lot of books in her room. I couldn't even count the number in mine. All I do is gather dust in my room, as my room continues to be treated like a storeroom by my father, coloring the house with all his publications. Was there ever a time where he actually wrote a book? Putting that thought to the side of my mind, I go to the alarm clock by Carrie's bed. It feels as if it is getting late. It's only 2 o'clock.
Oh, ignore the alarm. It's broken.
It seems as if we've both had issues with faulty clocks lately. Nonetheless, if it wasn't for that, I would have met her in the first place. Oh yeah, true. Realizing that I'm in fact wearing a watch, I raised it up to see the actual time. Before saying it to myself, Carrie's quick to the point.
It's getting late, isn't it?
Yeah, I should probably head back soon. I can't even imagine what my sister might get up to. Carrie smiles, so that wonderful sight quickly turns back into a frown.
I'm sorry about earlier.
Okay, Carrie, you don't have to apologize. In reality, it is her father's duty to apologize, even though I wouldn't blame him for these actions. As if Carrie's mother was to lose Cannon, Carrie herself definitely isn't fond of her. Should we head downstairs then?
Yes, let's.
Carrie and I make our way down the room and downstairs, leaving behind what was a special yet somehow depressing moment for both of us. Carrie had to recall the time she wanted to forget, but at the same time, it made us closer. I now realize that she didn't even speak about much of her family. That I can't blame her for. But it was the reason the two of us left the family dining table. All I have to do now is wait till she's ready to speak about such things. Being able to help her is something I want to do. I walk down the hall towards the doorway, Ceri getting ready to see me off. I don't know where her father is, but I'll just have to speak to him another time. Thank you for tonight, Ceri.
I should be thanking you. I'm glad you came. Despite...
Don't worry about that, Ceri. It's alright. Ceri smiles warmly, holding the handle of the door in her hand. I'm sure neither of us is ready to go yet, but I have to get back home nonetheless.
I'll see you on Monday.
She blushes, leaving me to give her a smile in response. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing those rosy cheeks. Alright, Ceri, I'll see you then.
Bye.
Shutting the door behind me, Ceri and I are now separated. Myself feeling happy despite the cold of the evening. Or well, I'm not really sure how she's feeling. In all honesty, I hope she's feeling better. Taking with her really made me feel closer to her, maybe even something more. I take my steps out of the garden, a pretty one at that, each flower so vibrant in the evening sunlight. It's quite a beautiful sight, is Ceri's after all. Alright, that looks like we got in there. That was like about 4, that was getting close to 35 minutes. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go comment down below, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want notifications when I release new videos. I'll see you in the next episode. Wait. Forgot to save. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.